Section 11.4 is on cash flow and budgeting. Cash flow analysis. This is detailing how money comes in and how money goes out over a fixed period of time. Net worth. These are your assets, things that you own, minus your liabilities, things that you owe on. Assets, what you own. Liabilities are what you owe. Debt reduction plan. This is a plan to reduce debt. This requires an honest accounting of an individual's net worth to calculate debt to income ratio. Debt to income ratio is debt divided by income. Okay, this is a percentage that they use when you're asking for money. So if you get a mortgage or a car loan, whatever it may be, they'd like to see a low debt to income ratio. It's recommended to have less than or equal to a 15% debt to ratio income, but there is some fluctuation there. Anything greater than 20%, you'll pay a pretty high interest rate, and you'll also have to go on some sort of debt reduction plan. For number 1, we are referring to page 698, so fix that page number for me. Number 2, which is off to the side here. The family names are a little bit different, but the Larsons use the average of 6 months as their budgeting starting point in each category. Find the average in each category. So we're going to look at this table at the top of the page right here. Okay, so we're going to look at this table right here. For part A, we're looking for average. So your groceries for each month: July, August, September, October, November, December. To find the average, we're going to add up all those. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, okay, as was explained in the problem. You're going to add up the cost for each month, divide it by 6, and it'll give you your average of $785 per month. B would be dining out. Your average for dining out is $150. C is gas for your car. The average there is $260. Part D is your cell phone. The average payment on your cell phone is $117 per month. Your landline phone, this is your house phone. For part E, that's $83 per month. F would be electricity. The average is $135. And water is part G, that's average is $55. So again, add up each month's cost and divide it by the total number of months. In this case, it's 6. Question number 2 refers to page 698. Again, fix that page number for me, and refers to question number 4, which is at the bottom of the page right here. Okay, it says Bob is retired and owns a home. See his assets and in the box shown to the right here. So if I scroll over a little bit, all right, you can see the current assets, okay, and liabilities. The assets, you're going to want to add all of those up. So $422,000, $22,000, $2380, $140,500, $250, and so forth. Add up all of your assets. Okay, that's going to be $905,680 in assets. Subtract off your liabilities. These are things that you owe money on. So you're going to add all those up: $120,000, $21,940, and that's $141,940. Subtract the 2. All right, so assets minus liabilities gives you your net worth of $763,740. 2 years ago, Bob's net worth was $650,000. Last year, his net worth is $740,500. What is the percent increase? So remember, new minus old. So new minus old over old. So the new is $740,500 minus the old is $650,000 divided by the old of $650,000. It gives you 0.1392. We're going to round it up because that's for the nearest percent, so that's 14%. Part C, what is the approximate percent increase between last year and this year? Okay, so last year, the new number, this year the new is $763,740 minus last year's of $740,500 divided by the old of $740,500. Which gives you a percent increase of 3.1%. Okay, and then part D, again, that's for part C, that 763 comes in from the 14%. So if you add on 14% of 740,500, that'll give you that number. Okay, and then part D, compare the values. What changes do you see here? So the net worth is increasing over time, which is good. So that means that Bob is managing his debt and increasing his savings. Number 3, we are going to refer to page 699, which is the next page. Question number 6. It says examine Laura's non-monthly expenses, okay, which are in this table off to the side here. Okay, so if you look at this table, Laura's financial report, that'll give you all the information you need. It says which month has the greatest expenses. Okay, so if you look at your months off to the side here, the monthly expenses, you have your rent, your car loan, and so forth. All right, and then if you look down here, the non-monthly expenses, it tells you each month here. So you got September, October, November, December, and so forth. So by looking through all this, I can see that the greatest expenses would probably come in the August month. Okay, the August month. How might Laura prepare for those expenses? Well, she can put money in savings and then take out that money from savings each month prior to when those are due. So she can save prior and then have the money to pay for it when it's due. Question number 4. You referring to page 699, number 12, which is the same page off to the side here. So if I look at number 12 down here, I'm going to refer to this table. Okay. So we have Marina's monthly liabilities and assets are shown in the table. Find Maria's debt to income ratio. So remember, debt to income ratio, you're going to want to add up all of your liabilities, okay, and then divide it by your income. So the liabilities are $1,400 for rent, $350 for student loan, credit card payment $140, car loan $130, and loan for graduate school of $600. So add up all of your debt, okay, and then we're going to divide it by their income. Debt to income ratio. So debt to income means debt divided by income. So divide that by 8,900 plus 350 plus 190. Okay, when you do that division, you're going to get 0.2775, which is 27.75%. And how would you categorize her debt to income ratio? This is well over the 20%. So she needs to develop a debt reduction plan. Remember, we want to be below 15, but it's okay to be between 15 and 20%. Anything over 20%, you have to get on some sort of debt reduction plan. And that is it for section 11.4.